y'all, Dixie here. Today I want to talk to you about power on the trail, and more specifically power on the PCT. So how to keep your electronic devices charged, you know, whether that's your cell phone or your iPod or whatever. So when I was getting ready to start the Appalachian Trail, I was like, how cool would it be to take a solar panel charger and I could like have unlimited battery on my phone? I would never have to worry about that. Well, the problem with the AT is that it's a green tunnel and you don't really get a whole lot of sunlight, so you're not getting enough power to a solar panel charger to actually, you know, charge any kind of electronic device. But then before starting the PCT, I was like, I mean, the first 700 miles of the trail is desert if you're heading northbound. And then, you know, most of the Sierra Nevada is exposed and a lot of California is exposed. So I was like, if solar panel charger is gonna work, maybe it'll work well on the PCT. So I thought, hey, why not give it a shot? Well, I had read on a blog post about a girl who used a solar panel charger, but she was concerned about it frying the battery on her phone. And I know some of them say they won't, but like, I can't take that chance because, you know, my phone is my camera for recording vlogs and all of that. And I just really can't have a phone battery kill out on me while I'm out on the trail. So what she did to remedy this was she took one of the little bitty, like lipstick size backup battery chargers, and she would let that charger charge with the solar panel. So she would attach the solar panel to the top of her pack with that little lipstick charger and let it charge all day and then charge her phone at night. So I thought, hey, why not give it a shot? It sounds like a great plan. Well, after about 3 days or so, when I got to Mount Laguna, I decided that this was not gonna work for me because the solar panel would charge the battery completely, but I use so much battery on my phone taking pictures and video that it just wasn't enough, that little backup charger, because my phone would die throughout the day and then I'd be using that charger and then there wouldn't be a whole lot of good sunlight left to finish charging it, and it wasn't enough. So then I ended up just swapping back to a backup battery pack like I had used on the Appalachian Trail, but this one was like a 10,000 milliamp hour anchor charger and went with that. The 10,000 milliamp hour charger lasted me about 3 days or so with the frequency that I use my phone taking pictures and video. When I hit the Sierra Nevada, I ended up carrying the 10,000 and a 20,000 milliamp hour charger because I was afraid that I was gonna run out of battery because the stretches were so long between towns. For Northern California and a lot of Oregon, I ended up carrying the 20,000 milliamp hour charger because it got me about 5 days from town to town without my phone dying. Once I hit Washington and it started getting colder, I ended up using the 10,000 and the 20,000, and also I wanted to make sure that I had enough power during the last stretch because if I got to the monument and wasn't able to take a picture, I probably would have cried. Basically, that's what I did and what worked for me. So now am I telling you that don't use a solar panel charger? You're stupid if you do, it'll never work. No, absolutely not. Actually, I saw several of my fellow backpackers using the solar panel charger and it worked very well for them. The truth is if you leave your cell phone on airplane mode, especially in stretches that you don't have service, it really doesn't use that much battery power to just be on in an airplane mode because your phone isn't constantly searching for that service. Also, turning your cell phone off at night helps to preserve your battery, and if you sleep with your phone to keep it warm in the colder temperatures, it's gonna help preserve your battery as well. So now you're probably wondering, like, dadgummit, I was hoping you were gonna eliminate one of the options for me. Well, no, I'm not, because it really depends on several things. I think the first thing that a lot of people look at when they're picking out a charger is the weight of the charger and the price of the charger. So the solar panel that I started off with is a SunTactics S5. I decided to go with the SunTactics because on the reviews I read and just from other backpackers, it seemed like it was a good charger and it was also pretty lightweight in the world of solar panel chargers. They usually range in price between $100 to $140. When I got mine, it was about $140, but I looked earlier online, it was on sale for $100. So if you shop around, you can probably get somewhere close to $100. Max and $140. Another solar panel charger that I saw commonly on the trail is the Goal Zero, and I believe it was the Nomad 7. So this charger runs about $100, but it's actually over double the weight of the SunTactics charger. It comes in at about 16.2 ounces. Keep in mind if you're worried about accessibility of hooking your phone up directly to the solar panel charger, so you know if it's charging, you're not going to be able to use it so easily whenever you want it. And then also if you're worried about it frying your battery, then you're going to want to get one of the little mini chargers to go with it, so you're gonna have extra weight there. I used the Anker Mini, which was an extra 2.7 ounces, and it cost about $20. So with the Sun Tactics charger and the Anker Mini, I was looking at over 9 ounces. And if you use the Goal Zero Nomad 7 with the mini charger, then you're looking over at 18 ounces. Now, if you're looking at the battery pack side of things, the Anker 10,000 milliamp hour charger got me, like I said, 3 days of charge between town to town. So that's with, you know, as much as I use my video and my camera, which is a lot. The 10,000 weighs 6.3 ounces and costs about $25. Now the 20,000 milliamp hour charger, like I said, it got me about 5 days, maybe 5.5 days from town to town. It weighs 12.4 ounces and it costs anywhere from $40 to $50. Also, you have to consider your amount of time in the sun. So are you gonna be hiking through a real exposed area? If you're in the desert of the PCT, the answer is yes. And you know, even in other areas of California, like I said, the Sierra Nevada is very exposed. But it's also good, you know, it matters like the angle that you have the panel tilted towards the sun. Some people get real creative and find ways to hook the panel to the top of their pack to make sure that it's, you know, hitting the sun. But you do have to be conscientious of that, and you do have to make effort to get as much sun exposure as you can. So, you know, at lunch or during breaks, you also are gonna have to worry about like putting the panel out there and making sure that it gets a good amount of sunlight. Now, in locations like Oregon and Washington, you're gonna especially have to pay attention to that, because you're gonna have more canopy cover in those areas up in the Pacific Northwest, and also some bad weather, so you might not have sunlight every day. But again, it also depends on how much you use your cell phone and other electronic devices. And finally, you should consider how much time are you planning to spend in towns while you resupply. So are you one of those folks that wants to get in real quick, get out, you know, not spend the night at a hostel or a hotel and spend money? Or are you one of those people that's gonna wanna pamper yourself some and you don't mind staying a night in town once a week? You know, it's just gonna depend on what you plan to do with that. Basically, what I did is whenever I got to a town, I would plug these in and let them charge overnight. So I never really paid attention to exactly how many hours they take to charge. Obviously, the bigger one's gonna take longer. So that is something to consider. If you're thinking that you'll just be able to plug these in, you know, while you're resupplying, and that they'll be finished once you get done grocery shopping, then you're gonna be very disappointed, because that is definitely not gonna be the case. If you're not using your phone a whole lot, you don't have many electronic devices, then a solar panel charger might be perfect for you. You know, you could get the Sun Tactics, either get the little charger or not, and you'll never have to worry about being stuck in town trying to charge backup battery chargers. On the other hand, if you use it, you know, a moderate amount, and you do plan on staying in towns once a week, then probably the 10,000 milliamp hour charger would be great for you, because it's probably going to last you from town to town, and you're going to plan on staying somewhere and charging it up anyway, and it's going to be lighter than the solar panel charger. So, you know, it just really depends on you, your hiking style, and again, how much time you decide to spend in towns. The solar panels are a little more expensive, so it would be unfortunate to get one, decide it doesn't work, and, you know, have to swap out to something else. And considering the cloudiness and the weather potential for Oregon and Washington, you know, the safer bet might be to go with a backup battery charger. But again, you know, you might save money not staying in town at hostels and hotels, and end up saving in the long run if you go with a solar panel charger. So it really just depends on you, but I hope that, you know, giving you this information might help your decision a little bit. For the CDT, I'm definitely going to stick with these. They just ended up working great for me on the PCT, and I never had to worry about, you know, not having enough juice for my phone. So I hope that this video was helpful, and if y'all have any ideas of things that, you know, might work when it comes to solar panel chargers, or you found something that works for you, please feel free to share that below. If you have any questions about any of the stuff that I used on the PCT, you know, these or the solar panel charger, feel free to comment your questions below and I will get to those. And with that, thank y'all so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.